So here's a race I have mixed feelings about. Kind of short-lived. Pretty action-packed. Actually a bit too much action. But what are you going to do? You know, sometimes you put the helmet on and you lose your brains. And I think I did that. So, setting up here in the pre-laps, sitting kind of in the middle of the pack, and there's a couple of slower cars up front that will scoot towards the rear in fear of being in the front, just making the safe move, except for one stayed up there. Now, because I am a really quick learner, I put this thing in first gear again. Oh, what the hell is that? Good God, Emner. Kaboom. Right front tire gets cut. And I almost hit the wall. And then I turn around and run into somebody else and spin them around, which I heard brought tears back in the pits, and I feel horrible about that. I'm very sorry. I've never met Ruby, but Ruby, I'm sorry. So, we'll go back, swap out that right front. Thanks to Casey Lee's dad. Didn't catch your first. And there was also a guy that worked stage and helped change my tire. I appreciate it. So in my mind, no laps were completed. So I'm thinking it's going to be a complete restart. There's a good possibility that I'm restarted. If you go off the track to get any repairs or whatever, you actually go to the back no matter what. But in my mind, I tried to sneak up to the front, or not to the front, but back to my starting position, but that's not the case. So there was a little bit of yelling, not yelling, but I couldn't hear my goddamn receiver. Something about, because I keep it in my pocket, and the belts, I think, turned the volume down on me, and I just couldn't hear. So finally we got it squared away. Let's try this again. One, two, three, four. Ooh, ha, ha, ha. Oh wait, that's not all. Five goes in one. So this move here, I take blame for it. A little bit rough, but you see where he turns in on me at the last minute. It's not that he's turning in on me. He's trying to get around Bob, who's in the 10B car here. And Austin's a big boy. He's like, after the race, said, "Oh, you bent my bar." But starter didn't think it was very cool. Give me the furled black flag, giving me a warning. That's warning number one. By the way, I didn't see that. Too busy driving. Now here, let's watch that again. I get pushed. Right there. Boom. I'm on the binders. I'm not on the gas. Had I been on the gas, that would have been ugly. I was trying to save it. Doesn't matter what my efforts were. There's two furled black flags. So now I've got a clear path. Now, the track is dry slick. With a dry slick track, cars have a tendency to push up the track, and also brakes don't really work very well. If you have a loose track, there's going to be incidences, at least in my book. I know when the track's gripped up, it's a lot more predictable. And actually, in that Austin incident where I went low, I was expecting him to push up the track. But didn't work out that way. So, whatever. We're motivating. And here comes catastrophe number 5. So if you're keeping track, 1 was on the start. Oh, wait. So at this moment, I've already been black flagged, but I was, staying with traffic. Doesn't much matter. Boom. I drop an axle. I broke a transmount, an aluminum transmount. Snapped it in half. The engine and trans fell down and leaned into the cooling fans, the header, and it started melting the fans. And whatever. I'm done. I was done either way. Kind of a bum deal. Created a lot of work. And I guess I kind of garnered a bit of a reputation. Nonetheless, I think the fans liked it.
How was the show?
I'm not saying that rough driving is right. And I could debate and rationalize how rough I really was. Because, well, I'm good at that. Because you're trying to drive fast. It just works that way. So, come to find out, you can't win a 40-lap race in 10 laps. I know this. I've been tongue lashed by car owner. I've been teased. I've been whatever. I know it. It's so stupid what I did. I just was going there. Sometimes you do that. I'm starting to figure this sport out a little bit. Well, no, I'm not. In drag racing, drag racers will say you have to lose a million different ways to start figuring it out. And you wouldn't think there is, but there's millions of ways to lose. This is a prime example. Stupid. You can't win a race in 10 laps. I was going for it. I don't know. It felt good. I felt all right. I didn't think I was overly rough, but I claim it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for any damages I created. Ultimately, I killed myself. I'm the one working on the goddamn car. I don't think anybody else has got a bunch of work to do. I'm still sorting it out. And what day is today? Today is Wednesday. That happened on Saturday. I missed the race on Sunday night. I missed those points. Duh. Stupid. Generally speaking, the way you have to approach a 4-cylinder race is with caution. It's the long game. Just steer clear of chaos. every four-cylinder race seems to have chaos, and it ensued, and I got involved. And sorry, man, it's a racetrack, race cars. I was racing. So yeah, dumb. I admit it. I claim it, and I apologize once again. So, yes, remember I mentioned there was a click-clack noise that was in the car at the beginning. I believe that, I'm sure it was exacerbated by me rear-ending that car that caused the mount to break. But that click-clack noise is a solitary bolt that comes off of this mount. It was up through a sleeve, and I think that had been loose. It had been bouncing back and forth, and so I think that's been going on for a while. And why I didn't take a look at that, I'm not sure. Well, I do, because my car makes a bunch of goddamn noises. Race cars are like that. They're just goofy, and they squeak and rattle and clickety clack and bang boom and whatever. That's what race cars do, and you just learn to ignore it. Like an idiot, I ignored it too long, and I think the wreck just caused a little extra little extra angle to exacerbate the angles that were already happening, and kapow, aluminum mount in half, and motor dropped down. Then it spit the axle because of the angles on the CV joints. So what? I'm still working on it. Unfortunately, there's something about these damn Focuses. The Focuses have a tendency to go underneath these Neons and other cars. They seem to be taller, and because of that, there's that scooping effect, the way I kind of picked Bob up in that Neon. So that's why my hood got waylaid. It bent bars that were up, like at the top of the radiator and whatnot. Because I just kind of go underneath them. So, lessons learned. Good time had by all. Yeah, I knew I was in trouble when I'm talking with all the other racers, and there must have been 4 or 5 of us in a group, and they all looked at me like, "You hit everybody." I did? I blacked out. I don't know. Shit, man. I'm just trying, dude. I mean, it's a good laugh after all. But I guess on Sunday, during the driver's meeting, I was made example of. I guess the crew turned around and said, had 4-cylinder group stay for a special meeting. Unfortunately, I was not present, but I guess I was made example of for rough driving. They basically offered, if you guys want a demolition derby, we can have a demolition derby. If you guys want to have an actual race, quit driving like assholes. And then they brought up that 22 car and what kind of show he put on. Yeah. So, as I say, whatever, that was a pregnant pause. At any rate, the old at any rate racing car will be back out there soon. And, this is what I was going to say, is that good, bad, or indifferent. Yes, it's rough driving. Yes, it's not necessarily the most sportsman-like conduct. I'll take it. I claim it. I'm sorry. The crowd loves that shit. It's just like a fist fight in the infield. The crowd loves that stuff. Look at NASCAR. Yeah, I know. Not everybody can be Cletus. But it's good for the sport. in the sense of keeping people in the stands. That's beer drinking entertainment. With every good, there's a bad. There is no black and white in anything in this world. There is always good and bad. I'm just trying to balance the light with the shade. My intentions are good. I love the sport. I love the people that race it. And I'm all about supporting, and I don't want any trepidation. I don't, making people cry or making people scared is not my intention. Yeah, whatever. I'm Steve Entler. That old 22 car, the north side. Don't lose focus. Ford. Landis Brothers Racing. At Any Rate Racing. And, what am I forgetting? Oh, Radio Cab. We'll see you next time, and thanks for checking out my 2 cents. We'll see you later.